The relationship wake-up call. Have you ever felt like your relationships are pulling you in a million directions, some lifting you up, others dragging you down, and you're just not sure what to do about it? Maybe you're stuck in a connection that feels more like a burden than a blessing. Or perhaps you're pouring energy into people who don't pour back, all while wondering how to make the good relationships even better. The truth is, relationships are one of the most powerful influences in our lives. They can help us grow, or they can keep us stuck. But many of us aren't taught how to manage them with intention. Instead, we get caught in patterns of guilt, obligation, or confusion, unsure when to hold on and when to let go. That's why today, we're exploring a powerful ancient philosophy that offers clarity and calm when it comes to our connections. I'm talking about Stoicism, a way of thinking that's all about finding peace, staying true to your values, and creating a meaningful life, especially when it comes to the people you surround yourself with. Stoicism might sound serious, but it's incredibly practical. It teaches us to focus on what we can control, like our mindset, actions, and boundaries, and release what we can't, such as other people's opinions, choices, or reactions. When applied to relationships, Stoicism becomes a toolkit for emotional resilience. It helps us set boundaries without guilt, recognize when a relationship no longer serves our growth, stay grounded during conflict, and show up with honesty and purpose. More importantly, it encourages us to seek out connections based on mutual respect, shared values, and inner peace rather than drama or fear. In this conversation, we're going to break Stoicism down into a practical guide you can start using today. You'll hear real-life examples, timeless wisdom from philosophers like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus, and simple steps that will help you take back control of your emotional energy. Whether you're trying to heal from a toxic bond, strengthen a meaningful friendship, or simply understand yourself better in the context of your relationships, this is for you. And at the end, I'll leave you with a small but powerful challenge to try this week, something that can begin shifting your connections toward more clarity, intention, and joy. So if you're ready to stop feeling overwhelmed by the people in your life and start building relationships that actually light you up, stick around. Let's dive into the Stoic way of connecting with others and with yourself. Your Stoic relationship revolution. First, let's talk about why this matters. It's a big deal. The people you surround yourself with aren't just background figures. They actively shape your life in ways you might not notice until you pause. They influence how you feel each morning, setting your day's tone. Waking up excited or dreading drama reflects their impact. Subtly or overtly, they guide your choices, steering you toward dreams or off track, like a map to your future's destinations or frustrating detours. Consider this. They can light your path with inspiration and support or cast shadows that dim your joy with doubt. I've experienced this. A few years ago, I hung out with negative friends, always complaining, tearing others down. I thought I could handle it, but their lens rubbed off, leaving me drained, irritable, and on edge. Then I changed course. I stepped back and found friends who shared my values, cheering my goals and celebrating wins, inspiring growth. The shift was transformative. Weight lifted, I felt lighter, confident, ready for anything. Mornings brought excitement, and my choices aligned with my dreams, not their negativity. That's the power of choosing wisely, and Stoicism equips you for it. This philosophy offers tools to assess your connections, deciding who adds value. It's not about harsh cuts, it's about self-love, affirming, I deserve relationships that enhance me, that help me grow. Making this choice transforms not just your relationships but your entire life. The Stoic Toolkit unveiled. Now, let's dive into the heart of what we're exploring today. A practical Stoic toolkit designed to empower you to assess, improve, or even let go of relationships that aren't serving you anymore. This isn't about chasing some impossible ideal of perfection where every connection is flawless. Instead, it's about making intentional choices that align with your personal growth and the peace you're working to cultivate within yourself. I'm excited to break this down into 12 actionable steps that you can start putting into practice right away, and trust me, these steps are going to become your new best allies when it comes to navigating the complex world of relationships. Whether you're dealing with a friendship that's starting to feel off, a family dynamic that's weighing you down, or even a romantic bond that's lost its spark, this toolkit will give you the clarity and strength to take charge. So, let's get started and unlock the wisdom of the Stoics to transform how you connect with others. The pause that changes everything. Step 1. Hit the pause button and take a moment to reflect. Life moves fast, and it's easy to keep pushing forward in a relationship even when something feels off, Like there's this nagging little voice in the back of your mind you can't quite shake. But here's the thing, don't just keep going like everything's fine when deep down, you know it's not. Instead, give yourself permission to stop, step back, and check in with yourself. This isn't about overanalyzing every little detail, it's about creating space to listen to your own heart and mind. Ask yourself some big, meaningful questions. Is this connection helping me grow into the person I truly want to become? Is it bringing me that deep, lasting peace I crave, the kind that steadies me no matter what's happening? Does it align with the values that matter most to me, like honesty, kindness, courage, or personal growth? These questions might feel heavy at first, but they're your compass, guiding you toward what's real and what's right for you. One of my favorite ways to do this reflection is through journaling. Grab a notebook, something simple, maybe just a cheap spiral from the store, or even open a notes app on your phone. Then, let your thoughts spill out onto the page without overthinking it. Write about how you feel after spending time with certain people. Are you energized or exhausted? Inspired or irritated? You might be surprised by what comes up. Maybe you'll notice that you're always frustrated or on edge after hanging out with a particular friend, a pattern you hadn't fully seen until now. Or perhaps you'll uncover a spark of joy or gratitude you didn't expect from someone else, a quiet connection that's been there all along, waiting for you to notice. This pause is your golden opportunity to get clear on what's really going on in your relationships. It's like hitting the reset button, giving you a fresh perspective to decide what to nurture and what to let go. So, take that moment today. Pause, reflect, and let the truth guide you forward. Facing the raw truth. Step 2. Get real with yourself and confront the unfiltered truth about your relationships. Look at the connection for what it is, not the idealized version you're clinging to. It's easy to get lost in hope, ignoring red flags while dreaming of a better version of someone. I've been there, holding on to a friend, convinced they'd eventually match my effort, picturing a future where they'd show up for me, but that was a fantasy, not reality. To break through, grab a pen and paper or type on your phone and list the facts. Focus on their actions, not words. What are they doing? What patterns emerge? Are they always canceling plans last minute, leaving you hanging? Do they truly listen when you share, or just nod while distracted? Maybe they ask for help but vanish when you need support. These truths matter. I did this with that friend. I wrote how they often bailed on plans, dismissed my feelings, and left me giving more than I got. Seeing it on paper hurt. It was tough to admit the friendship wasn't what I hoped. But that honesty gave me clarity, showing what I'd avoided and the courage to stop making excuses. The truth stings, but it's the only path to move forward with a clear heart. When you strip away fantasies and face reality, you can decide what's next. Work on the relationship with fresh eyes or let go for something better. Take that step today. Write the facts, face the raw truth, and let it guide you to relationships you deserve. Clarity starts with honesty, even when it's hard, because you're worth connections that reflect your true value. The power of honest talks. Step 3. Speak up and communicate when something feels off in a relationship. Don't let issues fester silently. Take the bold step of having a conversation. This isn't about confrontation. It's about fostering understanding and growth. Be honest about your feelings, but approach it with kindness and empathy. Share what you need, more time, better listening, or a change, and listen to their perspective without judgment. This two-way exchange can transform a shaky bond or reveal it's time to move on. I experienced this with a friend who'd been pulling away, creating a growing distance. Instead of wondering silently, I addressed it. I sat them down and said, "Hey, I've noticed we're not as close lately. Can we figure this out together?" My tone was gentle, aiming to understand, not blame. It didn't fix everything. They shared personal struggles explaining their distance, but it gave me clarity. I saw where we stood and the potential to rebuild if we both tried, but also the limits if they couldn't meet me halfway. An honest talk shines a light on a relationship's reality. You might find they share your desire to improve, opening a path to deeper connection. Or you could discover their priorities have shifted, showing the bond no longer fits. Either way, you gain insight to decide your next move. This step builds a bridge through communication, encouraging understanding. If they're open, it's a sign to invest more. If they dismiss you, it might mean letting go. Approach it with a heart ready for growth and truth. Take that leap today. Share your truth kindly, listen openly, and let this conversation be the turning point to strengthen or release the bond with peace. Building your energy wall. Step 4. Set boundaries to protect your energy and uphold your values. This is about defining what you accept and reject, creating a shield for your well-being. Saying no to unhelpful people or habits isn't selfish, it's self-respect, honoring who you're becoming. Boundaries clarify your space, ensuring you don't lose peace to those who don't value it. You might limit time with someone draining your joy or say, "I'm not okay with that behavior," addressing criticism or negativity. This step empowers you to align relationships with your desired life. I've lived this. A few years ago, a coworker vented non-stop about work, life, leaving me exhausted after every encounter. Initially, I played the supportive role, but it was one-sided. I set a boundary, keeping talks professional and redirecting to work. It felt awkward, and I feared seeming rude, but I persisted. Over time, it saved my sanity. I felt lighter, my focus returned, and I had energy for what mattered. Boundaries mean knowing your limits and stating them confidently, perhaps ending a complaint-filled call or telling a friend you're unavailable for sudden plans. Be firm yet kind, like, "I care, but I need this time." It's not isolation, it's creating a thriving space. Others may adjust and respect your needs, but if they don't, it reveals the relationship's worth. Consistency is crucial. Wavering undoes progress. I slipped with that coworker, letting venting resume, and felt drained again. Holding firm shifted the dynamic, restoring my control. This builds long-term peace. Today, consider, who's draining you? What behavior needs a limit? Act, define it, communicate clearly, and reclaim your lightness. Boundaries free you to live unburdened. The balance check. Step 5. Check for balance in your relationships. Step back and ask, is this connection mutual or tilted to one side? Are you both giving and receiving equally, or are you always the one reaching out, planning, and compromising while the other coasts? This isn't petty scorekeeping. It's about ensuring the relationship supports you both. Healthy bonds thrive on reciprocity, shared time, energy, and care. If it's uneven, don't accept it silently, address it honestly. Say, "I've noticed I'm always making plans. Can we balance this?" This can spark adjustment and understanding. I've faced this. A friend never initiated. Calls, texts, or hangouts were all on me. I valued them and assumed they were busy, but it grew one-sided. I gently said, "I'm always reaching out. Can we share the effort?" I hoped for change, a sign of care, but they didn't adjust. That silence clarified their stance. I eased off initiating, letting the dynamic shift. With no balance despite my effort, I reconsidered the friendship's worth. Balance protects your well-being. Constant giving, planning, listening, can empty you. Relationships should uplift, not drain. Note their response to your talk. Do they try to balance, showing value, or ignore it, leaving you burdened? This reveals growth potential or the need to step back. I've seen a colleague dump problems on a friend without reciprocating. When addressed, no change came, so she scaled back, finding peace. This isn't blame, it's honesty and fairness. Evaluate now. Is this balanced? If not, talk it out. If it stays uneven, trust yourself to adjust your role. Your energy is valuable. Invest where it's appreciated. Staying true to your core. Step 6. Stay true to your values, the guiding principles that define who you are at your core. Never compromise what matters most to you just to keep someone in your life. Your relationships should be a mirror of your identity, not a force that pulls you away from it. If you find yourself bending too much, going along with things that clash with your principles, like dishonesty, disrespect, or behaviors that leave you uneasy, it's a big red flag waving in your face. This isn't about being rigid, it's about honoring the beliefs that ground you. I experienced this myself when I stopped hanging out with someone who always wanted me to join in on gossip. It went against my value of kindness, and every time I participated, I felt a little less like myself. Stepping back from that dynamic wasn't easy, but it felt like reclaiming a piece of my soul, my integrity, my peace. Your values are your compass, the North Star that keeps you on course through life's storms. Don't let anyone, friend, family, or otherwise, steer you off that path, because staying true to yourself is the foundation of every meaningful connection. Guarding your dignity. Step 7. Protect your dignity at all costs, because your self-worth is non-negotiable. If there's any form of abuse or disrespect in a relationship, whether it's physical, emotional, or verbal, don't hesitate to put yourself first, no exceptions. You deserve to feel safe and valued, always, and that starts with recognizing when a connection crosses a line. Reach out for help from trusted friends, supportive family, or even a hotline if you need to, and take decisive steps to walk away from the toxicity. I know someone who faced this exact situation. They left a toxic relationship after enduring emotional disrespect for years, leaning on loved ones for support. It was the hardest decision they ever made, filled with fear and uncertainty, but also the most empowering, as they rediscovered their strength and worth. Walking away allowed them to rebuild their life with peace and confidence. Your dignity isn't something to bargain with, it's the foundation of your self-respect. Don't let anyone, no matter who they are, make you think otherwise, because you deserve relationships that honor the incredible person you are. Cultivating your calm haven. Step 8. Focus on tranquility as the cornerstone of your relationships. Make a conscious choice to surround yourself with people who support your inner calm, not those who bring chaos and unrest into your life. Let go of the drama that weighs you down and embrace the joy that lifts your spirit. Seek out individuals who make you feel steady, grounded, and uplifted, creating a haven of peace around you. This isn't about avoiding challenges. It's about curating your circle to reflect the serenity you deserve. After I distanced myself from that negative coworker who constantly filled my days with complaints and tension, I made a point to connect with friends who brought peace into my life. The shift was remarkable. I went from dreading interactions to looking forward to moments of genuine connection and support. It changed everything, giving me a renewed sense of balance and happiness that I hadn't realized I'd been missing. Your peace is sacred, a precious gift you owe to yourself, and guarding it starts with choosing wisely who you allow into your world. Be intentional about the energy you invite in, and watch how it transforms your daily experience into one of quiet strength and joy. The Daily Reflection Ritual. Step 9. Make reflection a daily habit to keep your relationships aligned with your growth and peace. At the end of each day, carve out just 5 minutes to sit with a journal. Nothing fancy, just a notebook or even a digital note on your phone, and ask yourself 2 simple but powerful questions. Did my relationships lift me up today? Where can I do better in how I show up for others or for myself? This practice isn't about overthinking or judging yourself. It's about building self-awareness, helping you stay intentional about the connections in your life. When I started doing this, it was eye-opening. I jot down how I felt after interactions, noticing patterns I'd missed before, like how a certain friend's negativity always left me drained, or how another's encouragement made me feel unstoppable. That clarity helped me see which relationships needed more of my attention to nurture them, and which ones were holding me back, quietly sapping my energy. It's a small habit, just 5 minutes, but the impact is huge. It's like having a daily compass to guide you toward the relationships that truly matter and away from those that don't serve you. Leaning on your support crew. Step 10. Don't go it alone. Seek support when you need it, because navigating relationships doesn't have to be a solo journey. If a relationship dynamic feels overwhelming, whether you're trying to let go of a toxic connection, mend a strained one, or just figure out what's going wrong, lean on others who care about you. Talk to trusted friends who'll listen without judgment, family members who have your back, or even a therapist who can offer professional guidance. There's so much strength in asking for help, even though it can feel vulnerable to admit you're struggling. I learned this lesson during a tough time when I was grappling with a friendship that had turned sour. I felt stuck, unsure whether to keep trying or walk away, so I reached out to a mentor I admired. Sitting down with them, I poured out my frustrations, and their advice, calm, clear, and grounded, gave me the clarity I needed to move forward with confidence. That conversation was a turning point, showing me I didn't have to carry the weight alone. You don't either, whether it's a late-night call with a sibling, a coffee date with a friend who gets you, or a session with a counselor. Let others support you. Their perspectives and encouragement can light the way when you're feeling lost, reminding you that you're stronger with a crew behind you. The Gratitude Glow. Step 11. Make it a habit to practice gratitude every single day, turning your attention to the bright spots in your relationships. Take a quiet moment, maybe over your morning coffee or before you go to bed, to appreciate the good connections in your life. Grab a journal or a piece of paper and write down one thing you're thankful for about someone. Something specific like a friend's encouragement that kept you going, a family member's laughter that warmed your heart, or a partner's understanding during a tough moment. This isn't just about feeling good in the moment. Gratitude shifts your focus to what's working, helping you see the value in your bonds instead of dwelling on the challenges. It also deepens those relationships, creating a cycle of positivity that strengthens your ties. I started doing this myself. I began thanking a friend for their support every week, maybe with a quick text like, "Hey, I really appreciate how you always have my back." Over time, it brought us so much closer. They felt valued, and I felt more connected. It's a simple practice, but it's a powerful way to nurture the connections that truly matter, keeping them alive and thriving with appreciation. Turning connections into lessons. Step 12. Approach every relationship as a unique growth opportunity, a chance to learn and evolve. Before you decide how to move forward with someone, ask yourself, what can this connection teach me? Whether it's cultivating patience during a disagreement, practicing forgiveness after a hurt, or building resilience through a challenging dynamic, lean into those lessons with an open heart. Every interaction, no matter how big or small, holds a chance to grow stronger and wiser. I experienced this firsthand when I had a tough conversation with someone that didn't go smoothly. It was tense, filled with misunderstandings, but it taught me how to handle conflict better. I learned to listen more, to stay calm under pressure, and to express myself clearly, and that experience made me stronger, more confident in navigating future challenges. Even the relationships that end or fade away have something to offer. Maybe they teach you what you don't want, or how to set boundaries, or the importance of self-love. Every encounter is a classroom if you choose to see it that way, so embrace it. Approach each connection with curiosity and a willingness to grow, and you'll find that even the hardest moments become stepping stones to a better version of yourself. Real-life Stoic success stories. Now, let's bring these Stoic steps to life with a couple of real-world stories that show just how transformative this approach can be when applied to relationships. These are people I know who used Stoic principles to make tough but life-changing decisions, and their journeys are proof of the power of this philosophy. First, let's talk about my friend Sarah. She was in a relationship that seemed perfect on the surface. Her partner was charming, the kind of person who could win over anyone with a smile and a few well-chosen words. They looked like the ideal couple to everyone on the outside, but behind closed doors, things were far from perfect. He was controlling in subtle but damaging ways, always discouraging her from pursuing her passions. Sarah loved painting and dreamed of traveling the world, but he'd brush off those desires, telling her to focus on practical things instead, like settling down or prioritizing his needs. Over time, this took a toll. She stopped painting, packed away her dreams of exploring new places, and dimmed her vibrant spirit to fit into the mold he wanted. She was losing herself, becoming a shadow of the person she used to be, all to keep the relationship intact. But then Sarah stumbled across Stoicism, and it changed everything. She began reflecting deeply on her core values, freedom, creativity, self-expression, and realized that this relationship wasn't love, it was manipulation dressed up as care. That clarity hit her hard, but it also gave her the courage to act. She made the tough decision to walk away, choosing herself over a connection that was holding her back. It wasn't easy. She wrestled with guilt, second-guessing herself, and moments of loneliness crept in as she adjusted to life on her own. But it turned out to be the best decision she ever made. Today, Sarah is thriving in ways she never thought possible. She's painting again, creating bold, colorful pieces that burst with the joy she feels inside. She's traveled solo to places she'd only dreamed of, like the vibrant markets of Morocco and the serene beaches of Bali, and there's this incredible peace that radiates from her now. Letting go gave her the space to reclaim her life, to rediscover who she truly is, and she's never looked back with regret, just gratitude for the strength she found within herself. Then there's Mike, whose story hits close to home in a different way. He had a childhood friend he absolutely adored, someone he'd known since they were kids. They shared years of memories, late-night talks about their dreams, epic adventures like hiking trips and spontaneous road trips, the kind of bond that feels unbreakable, forged through time and shared history. But as they grew older, his friend changed. He became increasingly negative, always cutting Mike down with snarky, sarcastic comments, dismissing his dreams like they were childish fantasies. Mike kept hoping they'd go back to the good old days, clinging to the memory of their past closeness. But when he started practicing Stoic reflection, he saw the truth. He was holding on to a memory, not the reality of who his friend had become. He decided to take action. He had an honest conversation, expressing how the negativity made him feel, and set some clear boundaries to protect his peace. When nothing changed despite his efforts, Mike made the hard choice to let go, not with anger or resentment, but with gratitude for the years they'd shared and the lessons he'd learned. Now, Mike's surrounded by a new circle of friends who lift him up, who celebrate his wins no matter how small, and who inspire him to keep growing. He's happier than ever, free from the weight of a friendship that no longer served him. These stories show that letting go isn't about giving up, it's about making space for connections that truly align with your peace, your growth, and the life you want to live. Why Stoic wisdom transforms your world. So, why does this Stoic wisdom matter so much? Because the people you choose to keep close are far more than just companions. They actively shape the entire course of your life in ways that might slip under your radar. They influence how you feel every single day, setting the tone from the moment you wake up. Are you rising with a smile, eager to embrace the possibilities ahead, or are you dreading what's next, bracing for tension or disappointment? That daily emotional landscape is often a reflection of the company you keep. They also play a huge role in the decisions you make, subtly guiding you toward paths that either align with your deepest goals and aspirations or pull you off course into directions that don't serve your purpose. When you're surrounded by people who respect you for who you are, who support your dreams with genuine enthusiasm, and who inspire you to stretch beyond your limits and become better, you don't just feel happier. You feel unstoppable, like you can conquer anything life throws your way. Stoicism provides the clarity to see these dynamics for what they are and the courage to make bold choices about who stays in your life. And when you act on that wisdom, it creates a beautiful ripple effect. Your inner peace becomes a beacon that inspires others, your strength lifts those around you, and your relationships evolve into something truly meaningful, rich with trust and connection. Imagine an inner circle that feels like a thriving garden of joy and support, where every interaction leaves you feeling alive, energized, and fulfilled. That's the vision we're building here, step by step, with Stoic principles as our guide. The Stoic mindset shift. Let's dive deeper into the Stoic mindset, because it's a total game-changer when it comes to how you approach your relationships. At the heart of Stoicism is a powerful lesson. Focus on what you can control, and let go of the rest. And in the realm of relationships, that control lies in how you show up. You have the power to decide how you treat others, with kindness, respect, or patience. You can shape how you communicate, choosing words that build bridges rather than walls. You can align your actions with the values that define you, ensuring every step reflects your true self. But here's the flip side. You can't control how someone else feels about you, what they choose to do, or how they respond to your efforts. That's their domain, not yours. When you let go of trying to manipulate the outcome, like whether someone will stay in your life, how they'll react to your boundaries, or if they'll suddenly change their ways, you free yourself from a burden you didn't need to carry. This release allows you to live more fully in the moment, soaking in the present instead of fretting about the future. You stop worrying about what might happen down the line and start appreciating what's unfolding right now. The shared laughter that fills a room, the quiet connection during a deep conversation, the little moments that make relationships so special. This shift in perspective doesn't just change how you interact, it transforms how you experience every bond, turning them into sources of joy rather than stress. The freedom of letting go. Releasing the need to control others is like taking off a heavy backpack you didn't even realize you were carrying. It's a shift that feels profoundly freeing, as if you're stepping into a lighter, more authentic version of yourself. When you stop trying to shape how others think or act, you begin to see them with fresh eyes, not as a source of validation or a means to fill a void, but as individuals with their own unique journeys, dreams, and struggles. This clarity transforms your relationships, making them richer and more meaningful. You connect from a place of genuine authenticity, not need, fostering bonds built on mutual respect and understanding. This Stoic-inspired mindset isn't about detachment. It's about focusing on what you can control, your thoughts, actions, and intentions, while letting go of what you can't, like the emotions or choices of others. Here's the beautiful paradox. When you stop trying to make someone miss you or chase you, you often become the person they can't stop thinking about.
Why?
Because you're no longer seeking approval or playing games. Instead, you're living with purpose, radiating confidence and joy. This shift in energy is magnetic, drawing others to you naturally. By embracing your best self, you create connections that are deeper and more fulfilling, rooted in truth rather than manipulation. Your week-long Stoic challenge. To deepen your journey toward authentic relationships and personal growth, I'm inviting you to take on a week-long Stoic challenge. Over the next 7 days, incorporate one of these simple yet powerful Stoic practices into your daily routine. These exercises are designed to help you reflect, stay grounded, and connect more meaningfully with others. Choose one that resonates with you, and commit to it with intention. Here are your options. Evening reflection journaling. Each night, dedicate 5 minutes to journaling about your relationships. Ask yourself, did my connections lift me up today? Did I act in alignment with my values? This practice fosters self-awareness, helping you identify patterns and grow from your experiences. Gratitude practice. Every morning or evening, write down 3 things you're thankful for about the people in your life. These could be specific moments, like my colleague's encouragement during a tough meeting, or qualities, like my friend's unwavering loyalty. Gratitude shifts your focus to abundance, deepening your appreciation for those around you. Pause and reflect before reacting. When something in a relationship frustrates you, pause before responding. Ask, is this worth my energy? Can I control the outcome? This Stoic discipline helps you respond thoughtfully, preserving your peace and strengthening your connections. Whichever practice you choose, start small and stay consistent. Set a daily reminder if needed, and don't aim for perfection. Stoicism is about progress, not flawlessness. At the week's end, reflect on how the practice shaped your mindset and interactions. Did you feel more centered? More connected? Stoicism isn't about instant transformation. It's about steady, intentional growth that builds over time into a life you love, filled with purpose and meaningful relationships. Living the Stoic life. As you embark on this Stoic journey, remember that Stoicism is more than a collection of philosophical ideas. It's a practical way of living that brings clarity and purpose to every moment. It's about cultivating inner peace in a chaotic world, forging relationships that are deep, authentic, and meaningful, and aligning your actions with the truest version of yourself. By embracing Stoic principles, you become a lighthouse, steady, radiant, and unshaken, standing firm no matter what storms life brings your way. This way of living doesn't just transform you, it inspires those around you. When you embody calm in the face of chaos, your tranquility becomes a beacon for others, offering them a sense of stability. Your quiet strength encourages them to find their own resilience, and your commitment to authenticity fosters connections rooted in trust and mutual respect. As you live with intention, your relationships become a source of joy, not just for you but for everyone involved. Your presence, grounded, purposeful, and uplifting, creates a ripple effect, spreading positivity and inspiring others to seek their own path to happiness. By living as a Stoic, you don't just find fulfillment. You light the way for others to discover it too, building a life rich with meaning and connection. A final Stoic reflection. Before we part, let's pause for one final reflection. Relationships are the heartbeat of your life. They shape your identity, influence your path, and define who you'll become. Yet, Stoicism reminds us that not every connection is meant to endure forever, and that's perfectly okay. With intention, you can choose to hold on to relationships that uplift and inspire you while releasing those that weigh you down. Not with bitterness, but with gratitude for the lessons they've brought and the courage to move forward. This act of discernment is a powerful practice of Stoic virtues. Wisdom to see relationships clearly, courage to make difficult decisions, justice to treat others with fairness and respect, and temperance to maintain balance in your emotions and actions. By thoughtfully curating your inner circle, you're not just safeguarding your peace, you're crafting a life that reflects the best version of yourself. Every relationship offers an opportunity to grow, to practice these virtues, and to align your connections with your values. So, take one intentional step today toward nurturing your tranquility and growth. It could be reflecting on a relationship's impact, setting a healthy boundary, or initiating an honest conversation, whatever feels authentic to your journey. Trust that you have the wisdom to see clearly, the strength to act with purpose, and the heart to build relationships that enrich your life. With Stoicism as your guide, you're creating a legacy of meaningful connections and inner peace. Dive deeper into Stoic wisdom. To take your exploration of Stoicism further, immerse yourself in the timeless wisdom of the Stoic philosophers and their modern interpreters. These works offer profound insights and practical guidance to help you navigate life's challenges with clarity and resilience. Here are some highly recommended books to elevate your Stoic practice. Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. This classic feels like a personal conversation with a wise mentor. Written as a series of reflections, it offers timeless advice on staying grounded through life's highs and lows, emphasizing self-discipline, resilience, and perspective. It's a must-read for cultivating inner strength. Enchiridion by Epictetus. Short yet powerful, this compact manual distills Epictetus's teachings into practical principles for living virtuously. It focuses on mastering what's within your control and letting go of what isn't, providing perspective-shifting insights that are easy to apply daily. Letters from a Stoic by Seneca. Seneca's letters are like receiving practical advice from a thoughtful friend. Addressing everyday challenges, from managing emotions to facing adversity, they blend philosophy with actionable wisdom, making them ideal for navigating modern life with Stoic principles. The Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday. For a contemporary take, this book delivers 366 daily meditations inspired by Stoic philosophy, each paired with practical commentary. It's a perfect companion for integrating Stoicism into your routine, offering bite-sized reflections to inspire growth and mindfulness. These books are gateways to a deeper understanding of Stoicism, helping you build a life of purpose, tranquility, and meaningful connections. Start with one that resonates, and let its wisdom guide you toward your best self. Thank you, and what's next? Thank you for joining me on this heartfelt journey into Stoicism and its transformative power in relationships. I hope this deep dive has sparked new insights, offering you a fresh perspective on the connections that shape your life. Whether it's learning to let go of control, choosing relationships that uplift you, or practicing Stoic virtues like wisdom and courage, I hope you feel inspired to take these ideas and make them your own. Your presence here means so much, and I'm grateful to share this path with you. If this resonated with you, if it gave you a new lens for understanding the people in your life or a spark of motivation to grow, I'd love for you to show some support. Give this video a thumbs up to help spread this Stoic wisdom to others who might need it. Your support makes a difference, amplifying these ideas so they can reach more hearts and minds. I also want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and share your story. Tell me about a relationship challenge you're navigating right now. Maybe a moment where you're struggling to let go or set a boundary. Or share a time when you embraced Stoic principles, released something heavy, and grew stronger for it. Your experiences inspire others, and I'm excited to read what you share. Let's build a community of growth and reflection together. If you're hungry for more, hit that subscribe button to stay connected. We've got so much more to explore. More Stoic practices, more ways to cultivate peace, and more strategies for building a life that feels true to who you are. Subscribing keeps you in the loop for every new video, each one designed to help you live with purpose and resilience. Before you go, check out the playlist on your screen for more Stoic wisdom to keep you inspired. It's packed with videos that dive deeper into practices like gratitude, mindfulness, and navigating life's challenges with a Stoic mindset. Whether you're new to Stoicism or a seasoned practitioner, there's something there to fuel your growth. As you move forward, carry this with you. Stoicism is about steady, intentional progress. Keep practicing, even when it's messy or imperfect. Keep growing, one small step at a time. And keep choosing relationships that light up your life, connections that reflect your values and bring out your best self. You have the tools to live with strength, clarity, and joy. Stay stoic, stay strong, and know that you're not alone on this journey. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, peace and keep shining.